What's good, everyone? It's your boy Zach, and I'm back again with another game hunting video. Late last night on Facebook Marketplace, I saw a posting for new Super Mario Brothers Wii for $5, and this is like a $25 to $30 game on average. So, you know, I saw the posting for $5, and I'm gonna go pick it up. So let's get it. Hey, how you doing? I got $5 right here.
There you go.
All right, thank you.
Games in there, books in there.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Right.
Appreciate you. Take care.
Right, man. Have a good one.
You too. Okay, everybody, we were able to pick up that good deal. I got it right here, new Super Mario Brothers Wii. And as you can see, it is complete with the manual and the disc. So it is a completely different day. You can tell by the color of my shirt. And I'm gonna head over to my next pickup. It's this Facebook Marketplace posting that had 6 original NES games with the light gun and 2 NES controllers. So I'm about to head over there right now. Let's get it. Okay, everyone, so I'm actually leaving where I picked up the NES games and the controller. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to record the process because I had to inspect them just to see, you know, how the pins looked on the games. And, you know, the controllers have some white residue on the cords that I got to check out as well. But I will for sure show you all what I picked up in a little bit. So I'm going to find a place to park, maybe somewhere along the street or the next side street, and just show you all what I was able to pick up with this Facebook Market deal. So stay tuned. So I was able to find a place to park. I'm going to show you all exactly what I was able to pick up. He wanted $50 for everything, so let's go ahead and go through it. So I do have 2 original NES controllers. They got this junk on here. It's pretty disgusting. I'm going to have to definitely wash my hands later on, but he told me, you know, they probably work. It's just been years. I also got this light gun here, this orange one. I know that that's in demand right there. So yeah, not bad for, you know, one Facebook Marketplace deal. He didn't have the console. If some of you are wondering, he didn't have the console on him. That's okay. I was willing to take the controllers as well as the light gun. And then I want to show you all the games that I got. I got Super Mario 3 right here. I also got the first Legend of Zelda game in this sleeve, so you can tell right there. And the game that I was really wanting and looking for my collection, the Super Mario 2 right here. So able to get that one. And then I have the first Tetris game, as well as the second Tetris game. And then last but not least, Heavy Barrel. Yeah, so all that for $50. I am going to keep Super Mario 2 for my collection. I do have Super Mario 3, so I'm going to plan to just trade out the version that I have for this one because it's in better condition, and then flip all the other games as well as the controllers. And yeah, I think that was a great deal for sure. And I am about to head over to my next location, so stay tuned. I just arrived at my next location. This is a collectible shop. Actually, this is my first time even being at this location here, but they do have sports cards, comics, and video games. And there was a posting by the owner on Facebook Marketplace that if you know, came in and bought a certain amount of video games, he would give you a little, you know, percentage off the total value. So I'm definitely going to check it out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to film, but I'm going to ask him if, you know, him or her, whoever the owners are, if they allow filming. And yeah, hopefully I can get some footage of what their gaming stock looks like. So stay tuned. Here we go. So let's see. Heroes.
So let's know if we can get anything for you out of there, okay?
Yeah, definitely. I actually do see some that I would like to get out pretty soon. Sure. Yeah. Awesome.
Now this space back here is actually rented from us by another guy, but we can sell his stuff.
Okay.
It's just my knowledge of what it is and stuff might be a little limited. So.
Gotcha. Okay, understand. Let's see. First thing is the in this stack right here. Maybe the fourth game down. There's a thing called Dreamcast Collection.
Okay.
So if you want to check that out.
You said this stack right here?
Yeah, and it's like the fourth game down. Yeah, the Dreamcast Collection.
That guy right there?
Yeah, that one right there. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it comes with that. Yeah, this is good. So that'll be the first one.
Okay.
Then... where's it at? Yeah, off the, I guess there's like a PS2 stack here. These two right here. So I want to take a look. I think it's like NFL Street Volume 3. It's like the fourth game from the top. Yeah, on that one. Where's the other one? Yeah, it's that one right there.
This one right here?
Yeah, so that's one. And then...
Street 3. Go.
Yeah. And then the Jack 3. I also want to take a look at that one too.
Which is that one?
It's in this stack right here.
How many
1, 2, 3, probably 6, I think. Or 7, yeah. 7 down.
Jack.
Yeah, that one. And then out of these two games that are vertical, the one closest to the PS1 games, yeah, the bouncer. Okay. I'm sure that this is fine. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, that's good too. And then Jack 3. Do you know when he's usually here, or would I just have to call him, kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean his cards usually right there.
I think the guy gave me one.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay, cool. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I'll get this one, and I probably will come back for these.
Okay.
If anything. And there's some down below that I saw too.
Okay. You mind put this one with the...
Yeah, please, yeah. That sounds good. Okay, so for the original NES, the second one from the back,
Right here?
yeah, that one. Actually, yeah, that one and then the one that's in front of it. So both of those. And then, let's see. Lolo, Super Mario 3. Is that all the NES games that he has?
I mean, yeah, I think so. Let's see. Are these NES games too?
Yeah, those ones. I'll definitely take a look at those.
As long as he's got them priced, I can sell them.
Okay. Take take a look at this one. So 15. The Monster Party. I really like the original sleeves that they have on there.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Okay. So I'm just gonna get these two.
Okay.
So we can add that to the stack.
Cool.
And I'll take a look through this real quick. It's like the Super Mario World. Marble Madness. Blades of Steel. Yeah, definitely Star Tropics. I'll take that one. Yeah, 3D World Runner. Shadow Gate. Yeah, I'll take these three as well.
Okay.
Trick shooting. Oh yeah, I remember that. Okay, so I should be good on that one.
Okay.
In that bin. Infinite Undiscovered.
It looks like he's got more PlayStation games back here too.
He does too? Is it like PS1 or just everything?
Look, there's Xbox, PS3.
Okay, yeah, I can take a look.
It's a big bin.
I definitely will take a look at that too then. Why not, right?
Right.
Let's see. Got that already. Flat Out. Okay, there's the Metal Gear Solid 3. Yeah, he made a posting on Facebook Marketplace, and that's why I'm here today.
Okay.
Okay, that's the... Yeah, BioShock, Left 4 Dead. Let's see. Oh yeah, the first game. Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm good on these ones.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
Let me see that Volume Street 3. You know what? Actually, I will take that NFL Street Volume 3. I'll go ahead and take it for the PS2. It's in this stack. First game at the top.
Oh, right up here.
Yeah. Yeah, we can add that to the stack as well. So yeah, that'll be everything for today. Okay, everyone, the bag is secured. I got it right here. Picked up a lot of great games that I'm going to be able to add to my personal collection. And yeah, when I get inside my truck, I will definitely let you all know exactly what it is that I picked up. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so I'm gonna show you all what I got inside of this collectible store. Found some really great games, a nice variety for sure. So let's start with the Xbox 360. This is the Dreamcast collection. And as you all know, the Xbox 360 store will be closing down in July. So I'm had to make sure that I got this collection right here, and it comes with 4 different games from the Sega Dreamcast. So I'm definitely happy to have that now. Another game I've been looking for my PS2 collection. I've been trying to find this game in the wild for so long, and it's been very difficult, but they had a copy of it today, and it's called The Bouncer. I know this game, you know, for some people it just isn't good, but for me it's just very nostalgic, especially with the PlayStation 2, and I definitely wanted to get a copy of it for sure. All right, the next game is NFL Street Volume 3 with Chad Ochocinco on the front. This game is very hard to come by in the wild too. So I told myself to just pull the trigger and get it now, so that I don't have to buy it online later. But yeah, NFL Street Volume 3. And then the last few games here are for the original NES. First game being The Guardian Legend. Then after that one, Marble Madness. The next game is Monster Party. Next game is World Runner, 3D World Runner. And last game is Star Tropics. Now, all of these NES games I've done research on ahead of time. They're in my list of games to get for the NES. And yeah, I was so excited to see that they were in the photo that was posted on this Facebook Marketplace posting. So yeah, that's all the pickups that I got. And we're going to head over to the next location. So let's get it. I am about to head to this thrift store that has a bunch of video games ranging from the NES all the way through the Xbox 360 and even PS4. So I'm gonna go see what their stock is like. I'm hoping I can pick up some games to add to my collection, and this will be a brand new place for me. I've never been to this thrift store before, but they did advertise a listing on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm gonna go check it out and bring you all for the ride. So let's get it. Okay, everyone, so I just arrived at the thrift store here, and I'm gonna check inside and see what video games they got. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to film, but I guess I'll find out once I get inside. So let's go. After getting into the store, I was directed to this Wii section, and they have a pretty good variety of games that are pretty much mid-price and lower. There's definitely some filler in this section, but there's also some really good games too, like Skate City Heroes, Golden Compass, the Batman Lego games. And this is kind of an overview of their main Wii section. And this right here is definitely the NES games. You can see they have a pretty great selection too. I see Iron Sword, Star Soldier, Spy Hunter, Blaster Master, Lolo, Immortal. And then over here is this other case that has $5 games for the Wii, PS3, and Xbox 360, but it's mostly sports games and filler titles. So since the NES games are in that case, the only way to access them is behind the front counter. So the employee ended up putting the first stack of games there for me to look through. And every time I buy NES games, I always inspect the labels on the front and the back. I always make sure that it is an authentic game pack or cartridge. It's just very important. And yeah, oh yeah, look at that label for Iron Sword. Pretty bad. This game should actually be $5, that To the Earth game. So it is overpriced. I did notice that about some of these NES games, that they were over the market value. Here's a copy of Star Soldier for $12. I believe I picked that up. And then the label for Spy Hunter is in really great condition. Look at that, very clean. I will say this, anytime that you're going out game hunting and you're buying games, always take time to inspect everything. Now, these stack of games here should all be $5, but you can see that they are charging $10 for all of them. So I quickly go through those. And then the stack of games here have some of the higher dollar end games, like this Blaster Master, for instance. I like how some of these games have the sleeves. It just makes the game feel more complete, even though it is a loose copy. And then here is another stack right here with NES games in sleeves. Like Shadowgate. I think I even see Immortal, but I'm definitely not picking this one up. They wanted $25 for it. I believe I saw it at another local video game store for much less. And then I was excited to see Ren and Stimpy because I grew up with that show, being a 90s kid. but they wanted $30 for it, and the condition of it was not good. A lot of damage to the front label. There's section Z right there, in great condition. So at this point, I'm pretty much telling the employee which games I'm interested in getting and having them put back the rest of those games. Now here in the very front of the counter, there's a case that has nothing but Xbox 360 and ogxbox games. And I will say this, if you are starting out your collection for either of these consoles, this is a great thrift store to be able to go to. A lot of really cool titles in here. I see Rage. I see Dark Messiah, Aliens vs. Predator, Crackdown 2, Army of Two. A lot of great action games for the 360. I think that's what's so cool about this section. Now there was that little sign down there that says that we pay cash for games that are brought in to be sold. I don't unfortunately know what percentage of market value that they target whenever you do bring in video games for cash. So the next time I'm there, I'm definitely going to check it out. Their PS1 section is very small, barely any games. And then their PS3 section is a little bit larger, but there's nothing that I need. Now, when it comes to the PS2, they have a lot of games. You can see this very tall stack here. I would say that if you were starting out with collecting for the PS2, this stack would be perfect. But for someone like me who has been collecting for the PS2 for a long number of years, I have most of these games. So since I am on the hunt, I have to make sure that I find something that I don't already have in my collection. The reason why I'm moving all of these games over in groups is because I'm filming with one hand, carrying on a conversation with one of the employees of the thrift store while trying to look for anything that I do not have in my collection. So it's all a process for sure. But yeah, I'm looking through because I think that there's a game that I do need. And bam, there it is. Ratchet Deadlocked. And yeah, so cool to see it complete. It's hard to find that game complete in the wild. Usually it's missing the manual, or it doesn't have the cover art, or it's just loose. And then they ended up breaking out this tray of loose PlayStation games. And in the tray, there's anything ranging from the PS1 up to the PS4. As I'm going through some of these games, I do notice that some of them are priced at like $12 when they should be like $5. You can see for Infamous 2 right there, and even Uncharted. Well, Infamous 2, you could see that they are charging $12 for. Winnie the Pooh, they want $8. Yeah, so these prices are just all over the place. And I feel like if you're going to be selling loose games, then they need to be pretty much like one like flat rate, unless it's like a very rare game. But most of these games should honestly be $5 loose. I see Rayman Rush, but they want $10 for it, so nah, I'm good. And you know, as I was going through all of these games, there was no type of offer that was given. You know, like if you buy like 5 of them, you know, you could pay like, you know, maybe $20 for 5 or something like that. And then this other tray had a bunch of Xbox games, $20 for that Halo Master Chief Collection. I believe that's the price that it goes for complete. So yeah, nothing here as well. Time to check out. Okay, everyone, so I'm actually leaving the thrift store right now. I was able to get a good amount of games that I'm going to show you all whenever I get into my vehicle. So stay tuned for that. Okay, everyone, so I'm going to show you all the games that I got inside of this thrift store. I ended up having to pay pretty much market value. The person that was selling the games was a reseller, but I'm also trying to make some more local contacts you know, within the area. So I did pay market value for these games, but it's much cheaper than having to buy these games online and even pay for shipping. So let's go ahead and start with the first game. That's Ratchet and Clank Deadlocked. Been looking for this game for a long time, and it is the black label version. I do see a lot of red versions around that usually don't come with the manual, but I definitely was seeking a black label and was able to get it for complete today. So I'm happy to finally own this in my collection. And then the next series of games are for the original NES. I'm still collecting for that console, so I was happy to find the following games today with, let's see, first game being 1943. Look at that label, y'all. It is like in perfect condition pretty much. So yeah, 1943. Then the next game is Section Z. The third game is Star Soldier. And the final game, the reason that I wanted to come to this thrift store today, is Blaster Master. Really cool. So as I mentioned earlier, I picked up all of those games from market value, and it's definitely cheaper than having to go online and also pay shipping for these games. So I'm happy to be able to add all these games to my collection. So right now I'm gonna maybe hit up a few pawn shops as well as another retro video game store by the name of Retro Rat. Really looking forward to going in there because they just refilled their stock after coming back from MegaCon. Okay, everyone, so I've arrived at Retro Rat, and it's not only a retro video game store, but they also have comics as well as toys. All right, so it's time to go into Retro Rat. And the first section that I look at is the NES. Why not? I usually like to start at the beginning of the store and then move further into the store to view other sections of video games. So yeah, they have a pretty good amount of NES games. There's some Hot Wheels toys right there. So far, I'm not finding anything, but there are some really cool titles. I wish I would have known what Air Fortress was at the time, because that is an excellent copy in great condition. Then there's a bunch of sports games. There's Sky Shark, awesome shoot 'em up. And then below there's the SNES, some loose Sega Genesis games, as well as the N64. So I'm currently going through the N64 just to see what they have available. I was told that they mainly get sports games when it comes to this console, and every once in a while they'll get something good. So yeah, as you can see here, nothing but sports games. And this is like the first section of the store. Look at all those Funko Pops. Up top, they have Sega Dreamcast and Sega Genesis games. And then I decided to take a look at the PSP games, but I didn't see anything that I wanted. There's some loose GBA and PSP Vita games. I should have taken a look at those. And then the OG Xbox. I believe I mentioned before in one of my previous videos that I am making sure that I get all the exclusives for this console. So every time I go into a store and I see OG Xbox games, I usually take my time. Kung Fu Chaos, if you haven't picked that up and you're collecting for the OG Xbox, definitely do it. And look, they even have Spider-Man 1 and 2. Now, this is a game that I don't see in the wild. And it's complete. So you know what that means. Definitely got to pick it up. I will say this. Every time I do come to this store, I always end up finding an OG Xbox game that I do need. And I think that's really cool. And then right next to this is the Xbox 360. They have some of the more notable common titles. Really nothing on the higher end when it comes to this section, but still some great games overall. And look at that, it even spans up to the very top shelf. Followed by the Xbox One, which a lot of people tend to ignore. And then, yeah, had to make sure I looked at their PS1 games too. Meanwhile, right below, they have the PS2 games. And look, I think I do see a game that I need, Forspoken. My copy actually is missing the manual. So the fact that this is like, you know, a $6 or $7 game here at the store, I definitely couldn't pass it up since it is complete. Another key thing when it comes to game hunting, always make sure that you look in all sections of the store, because you just never know what you can find. I'm sure throughout the day, as customers come and go, games may be put back in different sections, and it may be that one game that you were looking for. So yeah, I'm taking a step back, just looking at both sections, and then I decided to wander over here to this glass case, which has GBA, GB, and GBC games. And look at those handhelds. Wow. What's up, Sonic? Here's some PS1 games. Sega Dreamcast as well. And then over here in this section, they actually have a lot of accessories, like controllers for the consoles. There's some more toys, and then video game consoles themselves. Like, check out that Sega Saturn and Sega CD complete in box. Really cool. And there's the original PS3, but I don't know if it's backwards compatible. And then at the very front of the store, I think I've shown you all this in one of my previous videos. But this is where they keep a lot of the high dollar in games across various consoles. So always make sure to check this section every time I visit the store. And look, there's that Game Boy Advance NES edition that I did not pick up. Last time I was at this store, it was gone. So unfortunately, someone bought it before me. Really cool. Now, there was a game that I saw on their Facebook page, and I'm getting some assistance from one of the employees to find it. And there it is right there. What game is that? It's Win Back 2, Project Poseidon. So the employee right now, he's actually getting it for me so that I can inspect it, make sure that it is complete, which look, it is. And how's the disc? Awesome. Perfect condition. Okay, everyone, so I just finished coming out of Retro Rat. So the first game that I picked up is Forsaken for the PS1. It is complete with the manual and the disc, and it was very cheap, only like $6, which is awesome. So I got that game. The second game that I picked up is an ogxbox title, and it's called American McGee's Scrapland. And if we open it up here, you'll see that it is complete. I've been looking for this game for a while too, and was able to find it much cheaper here at the game store without having to pay, you know, extra shipping online. And then the last game that I picked up is a PS2 game called Win Back 2, Project Poseidon. And I'm opening it up here. It is complete with the manual and disc. Definitely happy to get this game as well. So best believe that in my future game hunting videos, I will always be stopping by Retro Rat. They're a really cool store. The owner is amazing as well. And yeah, let's go ahead and continue to the next stop. Okay, everyone, so I found another Facebook Marketplace deal for some original Xbox controllers. And no, this is not the Duke controller. This is actually the S controller. So I'll be able to go and get 2 of these controllers for $15, which is great because usually one S controller loose goes for anywhere from like 15 to 25 with an average of 20. So let's go ahead and get it. All right, take care now. All right, so I was able to get both of those controllers for $15, and I'm going to show you them right here. Yeah, here they are, the S controllers. And these things are in great condition. They look like they barely have been played. So that's great because I'm planning on just keeping these in my personal collection for my OG Xbox. So yeah, let's get to the next stop. Let's go. So I finally made it to my next stop here at a pawn shop, and I'm hoping that they'll have some really good games. Normally they carry PS2 games and even Xbox 360 games. So let's just see what they got. Hopefully I can find something good. So let's go. All right, let's see what this pawn shop has. I visited this pawn shop in another one of my videos, so I know exactly where the games are. So usually when I walk in, I say hello to the employees and go straight to the section where most of the video games I'm looking for are located. This bookshelf right here has a various assortment of games, both complete and even loose. So this side is for the PS2. This side is pretty much the Wii, DS, and PS3. And then yeah, look at that. Blank cases. On this side, we have the Xbox One games, and then over here, we have the Xbox 360 games. So since there are pretty much no other customers in the store, I like to walk around the complete areas of these shelves to just see what's available. Look, there's Cameo. If you have an Xbox 360, you haven't picked up that game, definitely pick it up. It's pretty cheap. There's some Connect games down there. And look, I thought this was the platinum version of NBA Ballers, but it isn't. It's just the standard version. So if it was the platinum, it would be very expensive. And I'm going to walk back to the other side, because I always like to double check. And if I don't see any games that I'm looking for, I usually like to check the blank case games. And look, there's a Rugrats Paris the movie video game for the PS1. It's cool to see that movie gallery stamp on the front. And it's in great condition too. So yeah, I check all these other blank cases just to see what games are in there. Right now it just looks to be mostly sports games. But you never know what you will find. So it's always best to just check everything. At least that's how I like to do it. There's another Rugrats games, Search for Reptar, but I believe I have that one already. So I'm just going to put that back. Oh, look at that. Even in the movie section, there are some video games. And I see SpongeBob SquarePants Super Sponge, which is a really cool side-scrolling platformer. So let's check the condition of it, see how it is. Yeah, the disc has a few surface scratches, but it pretty much just needs to be clean. And I'm taking a look at this, like, you know, arcade type style Wii game, but end up just putting it back. So I go back to the Xbox 360 side to see if there's anything that I missed that I want to get. Look, there's Resident Evil 6. It is missing the manual, but you know, that's okay. And then I'm just once again double checking all the shelves. Ah, something that I almost missed. Now, when it comes to Star Wars: The Clone Wars for the ogxbox, usually that game is paired with Tetris, and that is not the case here. And yep, the CD is in great condition. Time to go check out. All right, everyone, I'm recording right now. Let's see. I was able to score a few games. So I'll show you all really soon, actually, right now. So let's see, the first game that I picked up is Star Wars: The Clone Wars for the original Xbox. And it is not complete. That's okay. I really wanted to get it anyway, so it worked out good. Next game I got is a PS1 game. It's SpongeBob SquarePants Super Sponge. Really awesome game. If you're a SpongeBob fan or really like platformers, this is a really cool game to get on the PS1. Highly recommended. I've beaten it before, have it in my collection, but was able to get this really cheap. And I believe it is complete. Let's take a look here. Yeah, even though the case is kind of jacked up, it's still complete, so I'm happy with that. And the last game here that I got is Rugrats Paris the movie, and it's the PS1 game. So it didn't come in its own jewel case. It came in this Blu-ray case here, but it's all good, you know. I still want to keep it anyway. And yeah, I got all three of those games for $4. So best believe I'm going to be coming back here again. And I've even, you know, hopefully have made a new plug, you know, he's going to let me know, you know, what games he has, and if he's willing to sell, I'll definitely will buy them. So yeah, I'm grateful to be able to get these 3 games for $4, and it's on to the next location. All right, so I just arrived at my last stop of the day. It's another pawn shop, and yeah, they usually have, like, you know, PS3, Xbox 360 games, and also PS2 games. So let's see what I can find. Let's go. Okay, so I've been to this pawn shop plenty of times before, and it could be a hit or a miss. So let's see what I find today. I know exactly where the games are located, so there's no reason to waste any time. Look at that. They have some Xbox Series S consoles right there, PS4 consoles, even Switch Lite consoles. But I am after the video games. Now this bit here is probably full of some sports games and other titles. Ranging from the Xbox 360, the PS3, and even the PS2. Like there's Dead Space 3, but I already have that, so there's no reason for me to even pick up that game. But it's really cool to see. Call of Duty, Far Cry 3. Look at that, Army of 2. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Oh, I need that for the 360. But the disc is unfortunately missing. That's a bummer. Ooh, then look at this. A Transformers game, but it has Battlefield 3. I was really hoping that the disc was there. So I decided to set it to the side and see if, you know, they would allow me to take the case. Hey everyone, so man, what a bummer. We did not find anything. We almost found something. There was a PS3 Transformers game. I believe it was Dark of the Moon. And yeah, that game has some pretty decent value when it comes to the PlayStation 3. And yeah, we weren't able to really find it. The case was there, but it was missing the game and the manual. So I just left it and didn't worry about it. So, you know, that's how game hunting goes sometime. But it is what it is. So let's see. Hopefully the next stop that we do for this video will be a good one. So let's get it. Okay, everyone. So I'm actually about to head out to go pick up some more games. I saw a Facebook Marketplace posting earlier today for, guess what? Free games. And look, I don't care what type of game it is or games that they are. It does not matter. When something is free on Facebook Marketplace, you got to go pick it up. So let's go ahead and get it. All right. Oh, that's all of them. Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
I've never opened them. Somebody gave them to me, so
yeah,
you're kind of getting what you get.
Okay, I definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Have a great night now.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Okay, everyone. So I just had that amazing pickup. Then I'm about to show you all exactly what I got. I swear that was probably the quickest handoff in gaming pickup history, because I was partially out of my vehicle when the seller had arrived and everything. And literally, as soon as I got out of my vehicle, the games were just right there, all 11 of them. So I'm going to show you all exactly what I got. The first game that I got is the first Borderlands game, Xbox 360. And it is complete with the manual and the disc. Second game that I got, it's a sports game, a hockey sports game, NHL 10. Okay, so the second game that I got is a sports game, and it's NHL 10, and it's disc only. Came in this generic GameStop case. All right, the next game is also a sports game, Tiger Woods PGA Tour 07. And it is also complete with a Linkin Park a Linkin Park CD. Okay, it's not even the game. There's a Linkin Park CD in there. Oh, that's pretty funny. Yeah, so some great music by Linkin Park. Okay, the next game is Red Faction Guerrilla, and I'm hoping this is complete. Yep, it is complete with the manual and the disc. Happy about that. Next game, Halo 3. And what? No way. I did not notice, but in the picture, I guess it was actually sealed. Wow, we actually got a brand new sealed copy of Halo 3 for the Xbox 360. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research on this because I've never seen it to where it had like a black case. Usually it has a green case because I have it in my collection. But this is sealed and it's for the 360? Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out what that is, but that's really cool. Was not expecting this game to be sealed. Next game, another sports game, EA Sports Masters Collector's Edition. This is another golf game. And I don't think it's complete. It may be complete. I don't know if it comes with the manual, but there's an insert here and then disc right there. So yeah, there's that one. Next game, Halo 4. Halo 4. Is it complete? Why, yes, it is complete with the manual and the disc. And it has both disc 1 and disc 2 in there. So I'm good to go. All right, the next game, another sports game. It's Madden 10. And is it complete? Yep, it definitely is. Look at that. So the next game is an original Xbox game, and it's 007 Agent Under Fire. I believe I already have this for my collection, but I may have the Platinum Edition. So if I do, and if this is complete, then I'm just gonna like swap it out for this one. And look at that. It is complete with the manual and the disc. That is legit. All right, I got 2 more games left. 2 more games. With the first one being Halo 3 ODST. And yeah, it is complete with the manual, which is behind this like Xbox Live brochure. And yeah, both discs are in there. That's like the multiplayer, and then that's the campaign. So I have that as well. Good to go. And then let's see, the final game from this listing is Halo Combat Evolved, and it's the Anniversary Edition. So it's basically the first game remastered for the Xbox 360, and it is also complete. The manual is really behind this little brochure as well. But yeah, there it is right there with the disc. So those are all of the pickups that I got from that listing. And yeah, when I get back to my place, I'll definitely will show you all the pickups that I got over the past few days. We'll run over everything really quickly, and then yeah, it'll be good to go from there. So stay tuned. I have made it back to my place, and I'm gonna quickly go over all the pickups that I got over the last few days from game hunting. Starting off with these 2 ogxbox controllers, the S controller specifically, Paid $15 for these, but they go for 20 to 25 each. Definitely gonna keep these in the collection for sure. Then I got 2 original NES controllers as well as a light gun NES zapper here. And those 3 controllers, in a sense, came with this stack of original NES games. So we have The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Bros. 2, 3, Heavy Barrel, Tetris 1 and 2. I'm planning on pretty much just keeping Super Mario Bros. 2 and Heavy Barrel and just sell off the rest because I already have a copy of Super Mario Bros. 3 and The Legend of Zelda. Now we're gonna move over to this stack over here with the first 2 games coming from a local pawn shop. I mentioned earlier that this SpongeBob SquarePants Super Sponge is a really cool platformer game. It's a side scroller for sure, but if you do see it in the wild, definitely pick it up. And the Rugrats Paris, the movie video game, is in this Blu-ray case here. You saw that I picked up Super Mario Brothers Wii for $5. That's gonna be flipped. That was a really cool deal. And then also picked up this Star Wars, The Clone Wars from another pawn shop as well. Now everything else below, from James Bond 007 Agent Under Fire all the way through NHL 2010, was completely free. That's right, completely free. And Halo 3 was sealed. After some research, this is the version of Halo 3 that came with the Legendary Edition for the game. And within the Legendary Edition, you got the Master Chief helmet, as well as a DVD, plus this game. So I don't know how much it goes for. I saw a couple of postings on eBay that I'll show on the screen right now, where they showed the value of it graded. So I really don't know what the value of this Halo 3 is, but I think it's really cool that even in 2024, you can find sealed Xbox 360 games. And this isn't shovelware. So I'm gonna keep Star Wars, The Clone Wars, Agent Under Fire, and the Halo 3, and then sell pretty much everything else. And then I ended up going to this collectible sports card, comics, and video game shop and picked up a few games there. These are some original NES titles I picked up. Star Tropics. I heard that this game is actually, you know, similar to Legend of Zelda in its approach and its exploration, so I'm happy about that. And I believe your main weapon is a yo-yo, or one of the main weapons you get is a yo-yo. So I'm definitely excited to try that out. Have Monster Party here, really cool, unique game. The Guardian Legend is a combination of like an action adventure game and a shoot 'em up. So I'm excited to play that. And then Marble Madness, you know, trying to move through multiple levels by rolling a marble from the start to the finish line. So that's self-explanatory. And then I also picked up some more games here too. The first one being the Sega Dreamcast collection on the 360. You don't really see this in the wild as much, so I'm glad that I was able to find it, and I'm gonna add this to my 360 collection. The next game that I picked up is NFL Street Volume 3 with Chad Ochocinco on the front cover. This is another game that's difficult to find in the wild, so when I saw it, I was like, hey, let's go ahead and just pick it up. And then the last game is a grail for my PS2 collection, and that game is The Bouncer, made by Squaresoft. So even though, you know, this game is probably considered to be pretty bad, it is a combination of a beat 'em up as well as an RPG. And this was Square's first game released internationally on the PS2. So I didn't have this in my collection. I've been looking for this game for such a long time to find it in the wild complete, because every time that I did find it in the wild, it did not have a manual, and this copy does. So I'm really excited to be adding this PS2 Grail to my PS2 collection. So The Bouncer was not the last game. It's actually these 3 right here, which came from Retro Rat. So you can see Forspoken, American McGee Presents Scrapland, and Win Back 2 Project Poseidon. So yeah, very happy to add all 3 of these to the collection as well. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to this game hunting video. I hope that you all enjoyed it. And one thing that I want to convey through this video is that in order to build your video game collection, you have to diversify the places that you go to. So don't just go to retro video game stores, go to pawn shops, thrift stores, collectible shops, and even search on Facebook Marketplace, because not only can you find great deals in 2024, there may even be a chance that you might find free games. So definitely do your best to diversify the places that you go to. And in the comments down below, I want to know 2 things. Were my pickups a win or a fail? How did I do? Let me know in the comments down below. And number 2, what do you consider to be the greatest pickup in this video? For me personally, it's getting the free games and a sealed copy of Halo 3 that belongs in the Legendary Edition for the Xbox 360. So thank you all for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you all within the next video. I'm out.